is rare in these spaces that we get a chance as people who run programs and lead things to actually be able to ask the people who we are designing these services for what they need and how they should be delivered and everything. So these young people, these leaders that showed up today on a Monday when they had school and work and other responsibilities are here as a resource for you. Please approach them. When you have breaks, come up and talk to them. They have a lot to share and a lot of knowledge to give. So please take advantage of that resource. The second, thank you, you guys can go ahead and sit down. The second announcement for young people is, can I have Taylor please stand up? All right, Taylor from Pro Youth and Families, we've arranged today for a youth respite room. So there's a nice place where you guys can take breaks and kind of go process things that you've learned and check in with a trusted adult. So if you are interested in taking advantage of the youth respite room, youth wellness room, please see Taylor, and she's going to take you to their little hideaway. And it's young people only, sorry for the rest of you. If you're over 26, it's like a clubhouse. You're not allowed. All right, so we are going to get started here. Want to again thank all of our sponsors who made this day possible. Appreciate all of you. And then don't get excited. Megan Thee Stallion isn't here. I wish she was. I'd be like, and our next speaker is Grammy Award winner. Megan Thee Stallion is a Grammy Award winner. It does have a new album out. And if many of you guys didn't know, she's actually a really amazing mental health advocate. And she recently agreed to do some support for the Never a Bother campaign that is out now as part of the Children Youth Behavioral Health Initiative. And so before we get started with Elizabeth's welcoming remarks, I wanted to share it with you because, like, you know, nonprofit, education, county world, we don't get a lot of like celebrity endorsements for all of the work that we do. So I wanted to share this with all of you.
I know when you feel like you're sad, you start using like a lot of self-hate language, and you start feeling like it's me, I'm the problem, nobody cares, nobody likes me anyway. Like you just start feeling like it's all you and there's nothing that can be done about it. And you don't want to burden anybody else with your problems. But I had to learn that it's not that you're a burden. Like if you need to ask for help, that's just genuinely what you need to do, and the people around you need to make you feel validated in how you feel. One of the resources that you could use is 988, and it's like professionals that you could talk to. And then there's another one called Teen Line, and I didn't know about this, but it's teens that are volunteering their time to talk to other teens. Like it's people who know exactly what you're going through. It took me a long time to be comfortable talking about my mental health, because another thing in the Black and brown community is don't get nowhere telling your business. My grandma used to tell me not to tell people her business, so that's how I grew up. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I can't talk to no stranger and tell them my business. I feel like we need more Black and brown advocates for mental health. Now I feel like I can relate to you, and it makes my wall come down even more. And now I'm more able to receive the help that you're giving me. I'm able to receive the words that you're saying. You're making me feel feelings that I don't think, somebody who is not like me would make me feel. Asking for help doesn't make me weak. Asking for help actually built my strength. Asking for help or going to get the help gave me the tools to be stronger. So I just definitely want to talk to the hotties and let them know it's okay to ask for help. Check up on your friends, like check up on your family. You don't know what's going on. So you should ask rather than just assuming, oh, you're busy or you don't want to hang out. Maybe you're acting different because you're feeling away. And is it something I can help with? I do care about you. I do hear you, I do love you, and you do matter. Hotties, you are never a bother.
Can I hear all the hotties for mental health in the audience? All right.
I know
now
when
that I'm done with all that ridiculousness, I would like to welcome back to the stage Elizabeth Estes, the founder and executive director of Breaking Barriers.
For anyone that doesn't know, that was Lisa Smusz. She is the CEO and director of the social Changery and our partner in this event. And she's just been an amazing partner. So I just want to make sure everyone knows. I'm Elizabeth Estes. Good morning to all of you. Thank you for being here. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of our 8th annual Breaking Barriers Symposium. We had an extraordinary day yesterday in a packed room, just like this one, of champions by, for, and with our children and youth here in California to transform the system into the system that they want and need, and that we want and need, and that is the future for California and beyond. For those of you who were here, and those of you who weren't, yesterday for me was extraordinary. Youth ran the entire show yesterday and taught us how incredibly intelligent, passionate, and capable they are. But they also taught us that if we are going to transform the system into a united ecosystem that better gets them the conditions for their success and what they need when they need it, then they need to be co-building that with us. We can't build it without them, and they are more than capable of co-building it with us. So we have to give them that opportunity, because otherwise we actually won't build what they want and need. We won't build the effective, comprehensive, accessible, equitable system that they deserve. We'll miss it if we don't include them. So they are here today. There are many more youth who are coming as well. So as Lisa said, please take the time to speak to them. And I know that they expressed, it's intimidating to be here. It's intimidating for me to be here. It's intimidating to come up and talk to us. So please go out of your way to include them and talk to them. Ask them what county they're from, what they're interested in, how they can help. We were reminded yesterday that this is a civil rights movement. Maybe because I'm a lawyer, I firmly believe this is a civil rights movement for children and youth to get them the entitlements that they actually, in most cases, already hold. To unite in care to ensure that they receive the services and supports they need so that we can realize the conditions for their success. We have been talking about this long enough, and now we need to make it real. I cannot tell you how many people come up to me and say, I was having this conversation in, pick your decade, right? Anyone? 1990, 1970? I found a paper written in 1945 about how we need to integrate the children's system and unite it in order to make services more accessible, comprehensive, and equitable for children and youth. And now we're going to make it a reality. We were reminded that an ecosystem that unites us all and figures out how all our puzzle pieces fit together, because the solution here is what? Us. The solution here is every single person in this room. Every single one of you is part of the puzzle that we need to put together to figure out how we work together to better support our children and youth by, for, and with them, right? So we need to be thinking about our collective legacy. Our collective legacy, not our individual legacies. What is our collective legacy for the children and youth of California? What do we want it to be? What are its goals? What should it look like and feel like? And that is what we all need to be building. Yesterday, I was reminded that this is possible. I spoke and said that breaking barriers started from trauma, and it did. It started from my own trauma as a mass shooting survivor and former hostage, seeing a world where I could get what I need when I needed it, and children and families often can't. And why would that be? When we have all these resources and all these services and all these agencies, why would that be? Part of that is how the system is designed, and the system fights for its existence. I call it institutional inertia. It fights to stay the way it is, but we can change it, because guess what? We built it. So we can rebuild it another way. We transformed the national security system in a matter of months. We closed every single school in California in a weekend, and then we reopened them. If this is our will, a united system that works together with shared goals and leadership and outcomes and accountability and financing and information sharing, we can build it. If it is our will, we will make it real. I have to thank all of you for being here, like from the bottom of my heart, both personally and professionally, because you're the solution. So your willingness, you are the coalition of the willing. And your willingness is what's going to get us there. People say, Elizabeth, you did this, you did that. I didn't do anything. I literally didn't do anything. I wrote an article crying at my computer about the fact that I felt children and youth should be able to better access care, knowing the entitlements they hold across agencies. And that article somehow landed in the San Francisco Chronicle. But from there, you all built this. The momentum has been extraordinary, and I am not driving this train. We are. So I just sincerely thank you for being here. We thanked our staff yesterday. We thanked our sponsors. We thanked our youth for being here, these incredible youth. And we then discussed that we were going to really embody. We are the change, but in this conference, this is a working symposium. This is not a come and here's some information and take off. This is like we are working here to transform the system. So we embodied that work together yesterday, and we're going to continue it today, and we're going to continue it tomorrow. So without delay, I welcome you here, and I really want to introduce the most important people in this room, the youth. And I'm going to invite Claire to say some opening remarks. Thank you very much.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Claire Conway, and I am 17 years old, and I go to McClatchy here in Sacramento. Yeah. If you're a lion, you know. So I was here yesterday. I was also here last year. Yesterday was specifically our Youth and Families Day, and we did our best to make it accommodating and inclusive for youth and families, because from being here last year, I learned that it is really boring to sit through a conference for like 6 hours. So we tried to make a day in which we could have kids there and have them not bored out of their minds. So we had fidgets, and we had activities, and we had panels where we were hearing from our youth directly, and I thought it was wonderful. So I'm hoping what we can do is carry on some of that energy and positivity and hope that we had yesterday and bring it to today. Just to shout out a couple groups that we had yesterday, we had the Behavioral Health Youth Initiative Board, the Youth Liberty Squad, Pro Youth Advisory Board, and the CYBHI. They were all here as members of the youth to share their own thoughts and opinions. And some of the activities we did was we had a little island activity where each table group had to pick 20, there was a list of 20 items, and they had to pick 12 that they would use to escape an island. And we use this as a reflection of team building, because if this conference is about how we can take different aspects of like communication and finance and all of that, we need to work together. We all come from different backgrounds, and if we want to create a better tomorrow, we need to come together. So we use that activity as a way to share that. But personally, my favorite activity of the day yesterday was the Utopia activity, where everybody discussed what they would want their perfect utopia to be. And there was some discuss of like traveling on unicorns, which I thought was wonderful. I think that would definitely exist in my perfect utopia. Personally, I would like to time travel and teleport as well. But what I also learned is that the youth here have a crystal clear idea of what they want their tomorrow to look like. We work so hard to create a better tomorrow for our youth, but if we are not including our youth in that conversation, there's no point. If we are using our time and our money and our resources to create programs for youth that youth don't actually want and are not actually going to use, then what is the point? We are wasting our time. There is no point in creating a program without involving the youth in the process. So what I urge you to do is find a member of the youth here today and ask them what they want their tomorrow to look like. And that goes far beyond today. If you have children, ask your children. If you have nieces or nephews, or if you work in schools, you need to be talking to the children that you exist with and asking them what they want their tomorrow to look like. We cannot create a better tomorrow for our youth without involving them in the process. The kids, we all hear about issues that youth face. We hear about drug usage. We hear about suicide statistics. We hear about kids in mental health crisis. We work with kids in mental health crisis. But we work with kids in mental health crisis, but what we are not considering is that the youth are the ones living that experience every day. So how can we expect to create change and improve these issues without talking to the youth who are living these experiences? There are kids who are watching their friends suffer, who are watching their peers suffer, their classmates, their significant others, and there are kids who are watching themselves suffer, and they are watching themselves slip away to the battles that they are fighting. So, in short, what I'm asking you to do is find members of the youth today and tomorrow, and as long as you work in this sphere, and ask them, what do they want in their tomorrow, and how can we do that? I think the best way to do that is to work together, and not just work with each other, not just work with all branches of the government and all different spheres. We need to work with our youth. Thank you.